What up, everybody? We're back with another video. Sorry for the long delay, man. We had gotten kind of sick. I know everybody and their mama's been catching COVID, and unfortunately that was one of the things that caught on to us while we were out of town. But we're back. We're feeling a lot better. We wanted to show you a little bit of progress on what we got going on here at the shop. We got some progress on Static Leo single cab. We got some progress on the two-door Tahoe for on the gas that's fixing to leave. We started working on the orange C10. A whole bunch of stuff, man. We got a whole bunch of stuff that's going on here at the shop. We got a back cab that we're doing on the OBS. Another OBS extended cab, a dog ramp. We're pumping out work, man. My dad's out here helping us out. So my dad retired. My dad's not the type of guy to sit at home and do anything. He's always working, and he said, hey man, you need help? I said, yes sir. My dad knows how to grind, he knows how to cut, he knows how to do all kinds of stuff. He's helped us out a lot. He's cleaned up the shop for us a lot. Obviously, we got to compensate him for that, you know. Even though he doesn't try to take my money, I'm not going to let someone work for free. So if I can take care of my pops, why not? Right now, we got that, where we're at right there. That rear end, that's for the on-the-gas two-door Tahoe that's getting painted, and we're fixing to slap it on. This is Leo's new rear end. We just took out the posi unit, the gears, and everything from the other one, and then we're going to be replacing all the bearings, seals, axles, and everything so that we can slap it on his single cab. Also, I started cutting out some 4-link tabs for his truck. Yeah, they're custom one-off link mounts that we made for him. They're pretty cool. Let me see if I can show y'all. See if it shows it real quick. I put the S for static on the actual piece, and it looks pretty nice. Let me stop the machine so y'all can see it. Y'all check it out. Look, so that's gonna sit right in the center. That's the S for static. These are all the coilover mounts. The axle's gonna slide in the center. So that bracket right there is gonna slide in the rear end, and it's gonna be integrated. So once we slide that in there, and then we narrow the rear end, that bracket is gonna be on the inside. It's not gonna be a tab just, you know, butted up and welded. It's actually gonna be slid on there, and we'll be able to run a full bead all the way across to basically make it sturdier, you know. Everything's gonna be at a 1/4 inch. We're gonna get him rolling pretty quick too. And the two-door Tahoe. The two-door Tahoe is pretty much almost done. We're just putting everything on together right now, painting everything. So here shortly, we share the two-door Tahoe out, Leo single cab, and the black OBS. All the other ones are small jobs that are actually coming out as well. But for right now, I'm just gonna show you a little bit of what we got going on. So stay tuned. Before we continue the video, don't forget to subscribe, like, drop a comment down below, and don't forget to click that bell notification so that way you be the first one to be informed when we post a video. So stay tuned because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up. And just like that, we got his 4-link mounts cut. Now we're gonna pull them off the plasma table real quick and knock off all the slag that it has. It don't get a lot, but we still like to clean it all up. Grind them smooth, go check them for fitment, make sure that we did a good job while cutting them, and then move on to the next step. Now that we got these cut and cleaned up, I'm gonna show you how they go on the differential. All right, so now that we cut them out, y'all get a little visual of how they're gonna go. So these are gonna go like that, a little bit further in. Got the S for static, the hose to adjust the coilovers, and then these are gonna be for the 4-link going to the front like that. So that's why they have a big old hole in the center, so we can mount them like that. ¿Estás haciendo lo que el bevel? So Eddie's doing the bevel right now on the end caps. As y'all can see there, here, and on the other one, he's gonna put those caps on there with the tool, clamp it down, squeeze it from each side, so that way it could be 100% straight on the axles. And then once he welds it all up, these are gonna go permanently inside, and once we set the rear end on the truck, we'd be able to basically center everything, make sure that it's 100% straight, and then weld them through the inside, weld them through the outside, And there you go. You have your 4-link mounts that are completely welded into the differential. All right, look. So check it out, guys. All this is overkill, but I'd rather do overkill than for it to come out somewhat wrong or anything like that. So what that bar does inside, and let me show you on the other side real quick. Y'all see how it gets clamped down with these bushings right here? And it gets clamped down with the factory clamps, with the factory bolts. And what this does is this is a strong, solid piece of pipe that goes from one side all the way to the other. And if you can look at it, it's pretty close, as you can see right there. But if you were to like mic it 100%, it is not. It's actually off a little bit. Let me see, y'all, you can probably tell a little bit with this one. You see how this side is like a tad bit higher than this side? So what that means is that throughout the years, this rear end has taken a little bit of a beating, a little bit of abuse. This one actually is pretty damn good. This one's real damn good. Compared to some, man, we've seen some that are like a 1/4 inch off. We even had to throw some of these rear ends away because they were so far off that we did not want to weld them. And I mean, when I mean off, I mean they were completely off. Like you could see a gap through one side and gap through the bottom where it was shifted so bad. And what that means is that they've taken so much abuse throughout the years. They've been beaten up, whatever, crashed or anything like that, that the actual tube, you see how this has spot welds right here? The actual tube inside has bent or twisted, or this has, you know, budged a little bit or something like that, which at the end of the day causes this to be misaligned. Everything inside, I have metal shavings everywhere, wheel bearings going bad, axles being burnt up, stuff like that. And that's a big no-no. We don't want that. So this rear end is actually pretty damn good. Only one side is off a tiny bit, but that's okay because that tool that we're using is gonna center the axle to the carrier 100% so that it's not riding with any kind of friction or anything that it's not supposed to have. It's gonna have what it is from factory specs, and that's it. Other than it being like 10 inches shorter. ¿Cuánto fue total, güey? Como 9.5? Yeah, like 9.5 inches that we narrowed this rear end. He already had one on there, but man, it has so much welding, so many brackets, all kinds of stuff that the minute we started cutting stuff off, man, it was welded so much that the actual pipe was like super weak. We grabbed one of the brackets and we beat it off to the side, and it literally yanked a big old hole in the rear end. Oh, you know what? Don't that? Let me see. Check it out, right there. So I had a bracket, a little tab bolt on there, and he beat it off, and the whole weld and everything came off. So as y'all can tell, it has so many brackets welded on there. Look, check it out. Now we didn't want to take all that off, and then look at that. We didn't want to take all that off and then have a real weak point. So we got a fresh rear end. We put all the gears and everything brand new in there. That way it'll be 100. Right now what Eddie's doing, he's tacking it in place. That way it doesn't move. Once it's tack welded, he lets those tacks cool off a little bit, and he'll run a full bead all the way around. Como 54? Oh, yeah, 55. So what he's doing right there with the angle finder, that way we know exactly that this angle right here is gonna be the exact same angle on that side. You see how he moved it already? So that's our angle right there. Our angle is to have this angle match that side. Because at the end of the day, when we put the big brakes on, we don't want one caliper to be down and then the other caliper to be like 2 inches facing up, you know? So now that we got this side at 54 degrees, it is matching 100% to this side. So now we don't have an excuse to where one of the calipers is off a little bit or anything like that. The calipers are gonna be facing the exact same way at the exact same angle, no matter what, 100% because of that angle finder. So y'all see how that tube spins freely? That means that the axle tube inside of that is 100% straight now. Even though it's off at the ends where the welds are at right here, it is still 100% truly straight on the inside. That way whenever he slaps the axles in there, they're gonna slide right in there. Nothing's gonna hit, nothing's gonna have friction, nothing like that. And now we start welding. ¿Sabes lo que te voy a comprar, güey? Voy a comprar una camita, güey, y te voy a poner straps y todo, güey. Y nomás, así como los de, ¿cómo se llama? El ataúd. Ah, no, el rotisserie de los marranitos. Para hacerte así, alrededor de todo el axo. Vamos a enseñarles, mira. Vamos a chivar ahí un ratito, mira. ¿Dónde te van a dar esas soldaduras? Todas feas, ¿verdad? Pero
Aunque no le quieras.
you just don't get welds like that anywhere you go. So out with the old, in with the new. All right, guys, check it out. So this is gonna be the two-door Tahoe. We're probably gonna clean all that up here. I don't know why, but nobody ever painted that. We're probably gonna clean that up. What we ended up doing, I'm gonna just explain this to y'all as best as I can. So y'all see that crossbar right here? All right there. So we put a new crossbar. We ended up putting new shock mounts on top right there. We ended up plating the frame from there all the way down there on both sides. Because they did have plates, but they were 1/8 inch. And that was a big no-no. If y'all see the links, this is where the U-bolts are gonna go, right here. Let me see if I get better lighting on there. There you go. So the U-bolts are gonna go in through there. Rear end's gonna sit on top, and it's gonna have the saddles on the rear end. We did new bag mounts. We rerouted the fuel lines. What else? Oh yeah, right here. So we did a new cross member from side to side. If you can see, let me see. Oops. Hopefully I didn't break the camera. If y'all can see right here, new cross member. Like I said, we plated this with 1/4 inch. We did new gussets on the crossbar just to reinforce it. 1/4 inch tabs, grade A bolts. And yes, it is a 2-link, as y'all can see right there. Look, from here to here, that's what you call a 2-link. It's a custom made 2-link for this truck. It has shock mounts on the bottom, as you can see right here. Shocks are gonna go up there. We're gonna slap the rear in here tomorrow with the new saddles, new U-bolts. We ended up finding some silver U-bolts that look pretty cool, so we're gonna slap those on there. We did do a new cross member up front. We did upper lower control arms. Let me show you a little bit. We did do new upper control arms, new brake lines, stainless steel braided that came with the Weldwood big brake kit. These are 16-inch rotors. Shout out to Little Shop Manufacturing for hooking us up with these. We did new front shocks. Everything as far as suspension wise in the front is new. Tie rod notch is new. All the bearings, draw spindles are new. We did new fenders, retubbed the firewall. We plated the fenders. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but there's no holes on the fenders. All that got redone. We did take off the radiator to get better access to the battery that's down there. We're gonna see if we can find a better spot for it, but man, it's very minimal back there. These are the electric fans that came with the truck. We temporarily took those off from the radiator just to be able to maneuver everything around. So this one's pretty much out the door. All we got to do now is slap the rear end in there, put the brake lines, airlift, compressors, and it should be ready to go. Hey, this truck's clean, bro. 94,000 miles original. Una Foringa era, una F-150. ¿Qué va a ser el differential?
Yeah, differential.
So Ulises is fixing to take the differential off of this real nice Ford that just got here today. We already had the axles for a while. We had ordered them a while back, but unfortunately, like I told you, man, I had caught the Rona, and I was off for like 2 weeks, somewhere around there, something roughly around there. But we're back in action, and like I said, these guys are putting in work. We got Eddie back there slapping on Static Leo's rear end. We're fixing to reinforce everything and build the 4-links for it. We got Ulises on the Ford. He's about to take out the differential. Right now, I'm gonna be on my way to Extensive Metalworks because I ran out of Heim joints. I called Max and Valerie. They said they had them in stock, so I'm gonna head over there and get one. Well, actually, like 6 of them. That way we can slap them on Leo's rear end today. Hopefully, we can have the rear end links, coilovers, cross members, everything like basically in the rear installed by tonight. He's supposed to be bringing the tires, which is something that we've been waiting on for a while. He's bringing the tires now. From my understanding, he's gonna get them today, if not by the weekend. But either way, we're gonna try to slap everything on, get the wheels off, put them back on there just to get all the measurements, and then basically see how far we can get along with that one. On the 2-door Tahoe, we already slapped the links on there, the bags, fittings, all new bolts. And then right now, after we get done with the rear end on this one, we're gonna slap the rear end on the Tahoe. So it's looking like rear end day. I don't know why. We just narrowed the rear end also on the OBS. We got the back half right there. And then we got the rear end for the C10, ¿verdad, también? Yeah, we got the rear end for the C10 as well that we're gonna narrow as well. And then we got the Colorado that we're fixing to take the rear end off of because we finally got the measurements for it. We got the axles coming, so we're gonna narrow the rear end on the Colorado as well. So I'm guessing today's gonna be everything about rear ends. So we got static Leo's diff, the OBS diff is already done. Slap the diff on this one because that one's done. Narrow the rear end on the C10 and then narrow the rear end on the F100. It's a lot of work we got going on today and probably not gonna be able to record everything. By the time I get back, he's probably already gonna have that rear end out completely taken apart and cleaned up. But it is what it is. Let me head over there to Extensive real quick to get them parts for Leo's truck and then see where the day takes us. So yeah, check it out, guys. Y'all see the level? That's gonna tell us whether it's left or right or even, which is even. La linita. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's dead center. He already measured it front to back, from the back to the front, everything. ¿Cuántas veces lo mides al chile? ¿Como unas 20, 30 veces? Por ahí, ¿verdad? So this thing gets measured, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, probably about 30, 40 times at least. And that's just to make sure that the rear end is completely centered. As you can tell, this is where the rear end was at on the old frame that it had. He took it upon himself to have everything drawn out. So if our calculations are right, this rear end centers up to this line right here, right dead center. It's not just about cutting parts and slapping stuff on there. All bullshit aside, he's probably measuring that rear end for about a good hour and a half. But at the end of the day, we know that the wheels are gonna be straight up centered. It's not gonna be cocked forward on either side or nothing like that. It's gonna be 100% no matter what. By the time it's done, everything should fit perfectly fine, perfectly straight. Everything should measure exactly what it measured before with the links on there. And if for some reason it's off by a little bit or anything like that, we did put adjustable heim joints on the back end of the rear end. So he'd be able to pick it up, tilt it forward, push it back on one side, forward, or anything like that. It'll be fully adjustable with a fully adjustable track bar. So this thing should look sick. We should have the back suspension fully done today, and it should look pretty damn nice. Guys, we had a little issue with one of the parts, a little interior piece that we had on one of the trucks that we broke. It wasn't on a customer's truck, it was on my personal truck. But we came here to see Pepe at Estrella Used Auto Parts. If y'all need anything, that's the number. Y'all hit up Pepe. Make sure to tell him that Roman from the setup sent you and he will take care of you. Huge shout out to them. Let's go inside and check him out. I brought my dad with me today. Let's go. All right, guys, so y'all check out the little haul that we just picked up from Estrella Auto Parts with my boy Pepe. Like always, man, he always takes care of us. My dad needed the lift supports for his truck, which I know they're cheap, but he ended up hooking us up. Got this tailgate, radiator, U-bolts, and some blocks that we found right there that we don't usually get to sell or anything like that. We usually just keep them here in case, like, our neighbor Greñas needs some. He's always fucking with trucks and stuff like that, so we'll get them and just keep them in stock in case he needs them. The longer U-bolts too, we get other shops that call us and be like, hey man, I need some longer U-bolts, new or used, I need them. So little stuff like that we find out there, man, they always take care of us. They take it and bring it to us. They take them off and then bring them to the front. We'll use them. Like I said, we didn't need none of that. We actually got some other stuff too. We got some little plastics and some lights and stuff like that. But like I said, he took care of us. So if y'all need them, y'all have the number down there that I recorded earlier. Y'all make sure to hit him up. Pepe at Estrella Auto Parts on Airline. He'll take care of you. Show him that flex, bro. Show him that flex. No? Alright guys, so while we're at the junkyard, my boy Greñas hit me up and said, hey, I need you to come over here. I need you to check out this truck, see if it might interest you. I said, bet, I'm on my way. So I'm a little winded because I was running back and forth. I present to y'all a little project that me and my dad are gonna be doing. It's a 2000 single cab step side. It is bagged, but it is not tubbed in the front. So we're gonna retouch up the paint on the hood, the fenders, the top of the cab. We already ordered a new bumper with all the plastics and the bottom valence and everything. Y'all check it out real quick. Nice little truck. It does lay in the back. It doesn't lay in the front because it has, it still has the factory tubs. Clean little truck. single cab step side. Nice little doghouse. I don't know what the deal is with the horseshoe, but we are gonna clean it all up. We are gonna get it repainted, resprayed, and then not the whole truck though. We're just gonna like the roof, the hood, and the fenders, and then we're gonna get a new bumper. We are gonna slap some wheels on there, so if anybody has some 22s that y'all might want to sell that we don't have to narrow the rear end, hit me up. We'll try to get them from you as quick as possible if the price is right. So right now the truck is having a problem moving forward because it does have draw spindles, and these are 16-inch wheels, and if you know that on these trucks you have to have 18s or bigger to be able to run the draw spindle unless you do a whole bunch of cutting, which in this case they haven't. The truck is fully bagged. We are gonna go through the whole thing. We're gonna put new compressors, new valves, new lines, anything that it might need so that we could get it running 100%. It is a V6 and it is manual windows. We might swap it out to do electric windows. We don't know yet. But other than that, the interior is pretty clean. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take it all apart. My dad's gonna take it upon himself to clean it, shampoo the seats, carpet. We're gonna take everything off of it. It doesn't smell or nothing, but we're just gonna clean it up real nice and neat, get it ready for somebody, and it will be for sale. So this is gonna be a nice little project that we're gonna do. We're gonna try to do a quick turnaround on it and get it sold. So if you like this truck and you see it, make sure to hit me up because we're gonna leave it super nice. All right, so we just hit the airbags. They do work. Like I said though, it's not tubbed in the front, so it is not gonna go all the way down. We are gonna retub the whole front of the truck, make sure all the control arms are good, all the links, the bags, fittings, valves, the whole 9 yards. We're gonna get rid of those headlights because they're horrible. We already, like I said, we already ordered the bumper with the pad, the bottom valence, just to clean it up a bit. So once we get it painted and everything, like I said, with the wheels and all that stuff, all that good stuff, it will be for sale. So if anybody likes it, like I said, if anybody likes it, hit us up on Instagram or come by the shop to come look at it. It's gonna be for sale. Guys, so just with a little bit of pressure there and stuff like that, man, the interior cleaned up a lot. Right now my pops is gonna start cleaning everything. We're gonna bring the pressure washer tomorrow, get it all nice and washed, just to basically see all the details. Right now we're gonna be pulling all the interior, all the seats, carpet, everything, get it all cleaned up nice and neat. We'll probably fog all the AC vents. Like I said, it doesn't stink, but you know, we want to get it nice and neat. That way it looks pretty damn dope in here. Right now, I think the cluster doesn't work. Thankfully, I have one in here. We do have the mileage. It does show the mileage, but the rest of the stuff don't work. It's probably just a fuse, honestly, but like I said, we're going to try to get this truck right 100%. That way, whoever buys it gets a nice, clean, reliable truck. Only bad part about this truck that it's a V6, but it is going to look pretty damn clean. Like I said, we're going to retouch the whole truck as far as paint and body goes. Go through all the air ride system, get it working 100%, and then put it for sale. So if you like it, hit me up. Guys, so I wasn't gonna tell my wife what all we had received or anything like that, but y'all check this out real quick. I wanted to show y'all. We've been getting a lot of progress on parts and building some of the stuff that we're gonna get for her truck, basically. Yeah, so we've been getting a lot of progress on building parts for my wife's truck, and we've gotten a lot of parts here. She's in the office and I had all the parts scattered on a table because I was gonna take a picture and show them to her. She doesn't know quite yet, but yeah, check it out. We had already built the 3-link for her truck. That's the 3-link right there. And then we already did the notch. We already cut that out. It's already welded together. A whole bunch of stuff that we got planned. It's already here. The next big thing is to actually start working on it. So we're gonna schedule that in because we're gonna take out our customers' rights first before we do any of that. She's in the office right now cleaning. She doesn't know that all the parts that are on the table are hers, so let's see what she says. What y'all doing?
We have someone cleaning your office. Well, desk, not office.
I'm covering myself with bubble wrap.
You covering yourself with bubble wrap? We need to hurry up and build this office because it's too small.
Our family grew and we don't fit in here no more.
You
Nelly,
put it, it's your shop.
what do you think this is?
I don't know.
You don't know what that is?
No.
What about that?
No.
What about that?
No.
You don't know what none of that is?
No.
How are you gonna be running the shop when I'm gone if you don't know what none of this is?
I don't know nothing about trucks.
How much is a flip kit?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. You don't know how much a flip kit is?
One?
One what?
Dollar?
No, $1? Man, I'm gonna go broke with you.
Everybody will flip.
Imagine flip kits for $1. I'm gonna do a Black Friday sale for flip kits. Nah,
$1 because she said.
babe. So I didn't tell you any of this stuff.
What?
I think I did tell you on the. Well, we posted it on the video that people had jumped on board or whatever. But I was gonna take a picture of this to send it to you and be like, look, a little bit of your birthday present and Christmas present and anniversary present and New Year's and Christmas and then everything for like the next 10 years. Started arriving, so DJM hooked us up with the 5-inch control arms, and on top of that we're going to be adding 2-inch spindles, and we're going to suck in the front suspension 1-inch, and then Welding American got us the coilovers, and then we got the 3-link outside. So I don't know if you want to.
My truck.
Yeah, everything.
It's coming along.
Well, the parts are coming along. And the parts are kind of hard to get a hold of right now. Guys, parts are hard to get a hold of right now. If you're trying to order anything, most of these places, they're taking forever. Stuff like that. I mean, everything's on COVID and shipping and all kinds of stuff. So stuff is taking a little longer than usual to get. It's been like that for quite some time. But thankfully, big shout out to Catherine at DJM. Like I told you on the last video, she had said she was going to take care of us. She did. That woman does a lot for us, man. I respect that lady a lot. Huge shout out to her. And then Welding American, man. Jimmy at Welding American took care of us on the coilovers from my wife's truck. As y'all seen. Oh, and we already built your 3-link. The 3-link's outside with the notch and everything, man. So.
Thank you, Jimmy and Catherine.
So.
The both of y'all.
Yeah, huge shout out to them. You want to tell them thank you?
Yes, thank you guys for that.
Wait, can we get Spider-Man tickets?
Oh, yes, though.
What did she say?
Can we get Spider-Man tickets? So yeah, guys, huge shout out to them, and I just wanted to show you a little bit of the stuff that we had here. I wasn't gonna put it on the video. She showed up, she started cleaning. She's like, hey, come get all this mess off of the table. She had no idea this was all hers, and now she does. So, like I said,
I take back the mess part.
yeah, she takes back where she was like, come clean up all your mess. Little does she know how much all this stuff costs, but yeah. Huge shout out. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Jimmy. I really appreciate you guys. And then thank you to my guys, man. They took care of the 3-link, the notch, and all that for me while I was gone. While we were all gone, actually, we're all sick except for my wife, right? And we all had the Rona, which that kind of sucked. It wasn't too bad, but we still had it, and we didn't want to infect nobody, blah, blah, blah. So, huge shout out to them. Y'all check out the parts. We did get the upgraded move ball joints, uppers and lowers. So, huge shout out to them. Y'all check it out. 5-inch arms, upper and lowers, and then Welding American coilovers. Y'all check out the quality on the welds, all the fitment. Everything looks 100. Everything looks super nice. Everything looks super nice, super clean. We are going to be narrowing everything about 1 inch, and then we're going to get these re-powder coated. But we're going to try the fitment first. So we are still waiting on the wheels, which is why we don't want to put none of this stuff on. I'm not going to put a 7-inch drop on stock 17s, you know what I'm saying? Like, or stock 18s or stock 20s. I'm gonna do tubs, we're gonna do the firewall, we're gonna do the fenders, relocate everything the right way. Before that, we are switching over to a Silverado front end, so hopefully that goes as planned. I'll show y'all some of the parts that we already got for that too. This truck is gonna come along, it's gonna go a long way from what it was, and all for my fault, which yesterday was a year.
The day before yesterday.
The day before yesterday, yeah, the day before yesterday, it's already been a year that he's been gone, so what other way of memorizing him than to build a truck in memory of him? So that'd be pretty cool. I can't wait. I gotta look forward to it. Anything you want to say to anybody?
I can't wait either. And thank you guys, and thank you, babe, for getting that for me.
You ain't gotta thank me. You gotta thank everybody that's gonna bust ass working on it. Nah, it's gonna be.
For that.
Yeah, no shit, huh? This is gonna be something that I want her to get her hands on. So like when we take out the interior and stuff like that, I am gonna have her up here working on it. We're gonna give the truck its very first wash at our house that we do, you know what I'm saying, our personal self. We did get it washed at the car wash. They didn't do all that, but it is what it is. The truck was filthy. It's getting a lot better now. So y'all check it out, guys. One last glance. Huge shout out to DJM out in Gardena, California, and huge shout out to Out in America, also in California. The California people are showing love, man, and we really appreciate that a lot from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you. Can't wait to see the truck with everything on. and see that big old smile on her face when she's driving it. You don't even know what size wheels you're running, right?
No, I don't.
So she's going to be running a set of 26x9 in the front and 26x12s in the back intro wheels. And it is going to be a 5-lug swap. So it is only going to have 5 bars. I'll show you the wheels later. I'm not going to tell you what they are. They are on order. So hopefully they get here within a couple of months. That way we can start slapping them on, ordering axles, and start doing the whole truck. But it is going to be a 5-lug swap to be able to see the inside. You know, the rim's going to be more exposed. You'll be able to see the inside more, especially when these are going to be powder coated. Who knows, maybe in the future we'll do some big brakes or something like that from Little Shop. It's gonna be a money pit, but it's all for a good cause. It's all worth it. Yeah, it has a good meaning behind it, so I don't mind. And then what?
No, I said it's all worth it at the end.
Oh yeah, for sure. So y'all stay tuned, man. Like I said, we got a bunch of stuff coming. Puro pinche diferencial por todos lados, ¿eh? Eddie, quiero enseñarles eso, los que le estaba diciendo que como el rear end, ¿te acuerdas que no quedaba siempre así? Más que no sé, un video de volar. Guys, I don't know if y'all remember earlier in the video how I was telling you that some of these rear ends tweak, and the one on whose rear end was it? Leo's? Yeah, on Leo's was pretty much perfect. Well, look, check it out. You see how this is butted up real nice and neat, and the gap is like very minimal? Now y'all check out that one. See, once we weld it, that doesn't mean that the rear end is crooked. That bar right here does its job to go all the way to the other side. So that way the axles are perfectly straight. But just get a little glimpse of what I'm talking about. You see how it's flushed on this side? And then look, bam, gap on this side. So this rear end previously was crooked, and now it's not gonna be crooked. Now it's gonna be 100% straight, all because of this bar. So right now Eddie's gonna tack it for Ulises, and then Ulises is gonna fully weld the rear end. That way we can get this rear end, slap the seals, put the fluid, the cover, all the center carrier and everything, and then slap it back on that Ford. It is going to be running those 20x10s, but they're concave, right? Yeah, they're concave wheels, so they needed to be narrowed a lot. So we'll get some progress on that here in a little bit. Ooh, little progress on the truck. My dad got down real quick, you know? Ese si quiere le lavamos todo con como con degreaser y cloro o algo. Le limpiamos todo con madre. Con unas garras, ahí tengo unas garras también adentro. If y'all know these trucks, y'all know that plastic down there always crumbles up because it's like a heat shield where the exhaust manifolds are at on both sides, and they always do that. We'll probably put, ahí parece que tengo un rollo de, ¿cómo se llama? Tengo un rollo de, no, del heat thing. ¿Cómo se llama? Del heat shield, del barrier ese. Ahí tengo un rollo, se lo podemos poner todo ahí para que, sound deadener, my bad, sound deadener y tiene heat shield también. Se lo ponemos ahí todo para que quede con madre. Para que se vea la troca mamalón. All the carpet pulled out. We're probably gonna go look for another carpet. That carpet's pretty filthy. Hey, ahí en Estrella Auto Parts tenían la carpeta de la single cab. Nuevecita, estaba clean. So we'll probably go get another carpet. If Estrella don't have it, we did see a single cab there and it was clean. Hopefully they still have it. If it's not on there, then I'm gonna call Trust with my boy Jose, see if he has one. We'll go pick it up, pressure wash it, get it all nice and neat. And like I said, we are gonna put the heat shield on the floor with the sound deadener all built into one, para que no haya ruido para adentro. That way, if anybody puts a system on it or anything like that, you won't hear any rattle. The sound will actually sound better and everything too. One thing I like about these V6 trucks is the clear windows. That way, if you have a sick ass interior or anything like that, it's gonna look super dope when you can see straight in. And that way you can get a badass center console and whatnot. So right now we're gonna clean all this up real quick, make sure that it's super nice. Bro, you don't know how to say hi? What?
Hi.
What's wrong? You tired?
Yes. I was falling asleep.
Huh? What the? You're in the backseat feeding? El otro día?
I'm a cow.
Huh? Oh, he got mad? He was hungry.
You were hungry.
Hey! Hey! Hi, Dad! Papi! Hey, acá era. You don't see me. Hey! What's up, Dad? Give papi. He's hungry. He's like, man, give him a bottle. You know? That's funny. Little Roman. Hi, papi. Hey. Ay, me sacaste el dedo. Hey. Mira.
I'm not calling you.
I'm calling you, papi. Hey, you need to quit scratching all your face, bro. Sí. Y luego no crees que no va a ser modelo porque tienes chingo de cicatriz. He's cute. Ay, pendejo. My hands are all dirty. See? See? You want me to sing to you again? Please don't throw up on camera. No? See? You want me to sing to you again? Some Shania Twain. Some Michael Jackson. Some Kenny Chesney. Something. Oh, it looks like he's jamming already. Yeah.
Agarrando la mañana to put his.
Let me let them leave because they're fixing to leave. They're about to burp him, put him back in his car seat, strap that little boy up, and say, "Chunk deuce," right? No, maybe. Peace. Sácamelo.
He's already showing.
So right now what we're doing is we're checking all the fuses because the cluster doesn't work and the headlight switch doesn't work. So y'all know these trucks, man, they let them sit for a while, windows open, whatever. You know something's gonna go bad. But right off the back, I see two. Hopefully they're just blown out because of some kind of contact or jumping cables or something like that. We'll get it running up real quick. I'll check it all out. Basically, just make sure, like I said, to get this thing 100. If it's a cluster, I got a spare cluster. We'll just transfer the miles from that. From this truck, actually, I'll run the VIN, get the miles from this truck, and put it on that cluster. It does have recent plates on the back of the truck, so they did register it and all that. So we'll check all the get all the mileage and whatnot and basically transfer it to the new cluster if it's the cluster. But if not, let me check for the fuses first. I'm gonna check here and then under the dash and then just go from there. All right, guys, so I wanted to end the video with me showing y'all Static Leo's truck and the progress we got done. And I wanted to show y'all the truck with the wheels already on it, but we ran into a little problem with the U-bolts that the truck had. Whoever had did the drop on it, they didn't do it quite so well. So we got to come up with a little invention. We already figured it out, so we'll take care of it tomorrow. But right now, got a little surprise for y'all. Y'all go check out Static Leo's single cab. So that is right, guys. We got huge progress on this truck. By the end of the week, we'll have the 4-link, track bar, the fuel cell mount, coilovers in, everything fully welded so we can get it ready to get it to powder coat. It is going to be candy red. We're going to do the diff candy red. We are going to do a differential cover that's billet with candy red. We're going to also order that right now. We're going to do the coilovers in candy red. A whole bunch of candy reds going into this truck because he is going to do the interior maroon. So we did promise him that we'll have it to him in a few weeks. We're getting this truck done along with all the other ones. We're moving right along. So everybody that's here, that's been patiently waiting on their truck, keep your heads up because we're coming. It ain't no overnight thing, but we got it coming. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. Hopefully y'all like this small video. Hopefully y'all like this truck. Hopefully y'all like the Ford that we're doing the rear end on, the two-door Tahoe, stuff like that. Next up is these two, the red C10 and the Malibu. And then we already got parts in for the Harley. That Harley's coming in. We're fixing to knock that one out too. And the Ford dent side for my boy Roma. So we got a whole bunch of stuff coming up, man. Hopefully y'all like it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. If you can, share the video with your homies, your friends, your tias, your sanchas, whatever, something. But every view, every like, all that stuff counts, man. So like I said, drop a comment down below on what y'all want to see done. Leo just left from here, man. He was very happy. He fell in love with the wheels all over again and everything. So huge props to the guys, man. We put our minds together. We got it going. We already got the 4-links already made. We already got everything getting handled on everything here. So I'm truly blessed to have our team. Truly blessed to have my dad here helping us out too. He's been a huge help these past couple of weeks. With that being said, guys, I'm in the video here. And hopefully I'll see y'all next time. Peace.